Hey guys, it's Dajema. Today I used the Take Me on Vacation palette. This is the look I created. I was really excited about this palette, and this is actually the second official look that I'm doing with this palette, so I was excited to share this look with you guys. I actually reviewed the brush for you guys, and you will see that later on in the video. So right now, because this palette is still fairly new, I will be doing swatches and a little bit of a kind of review on how I feel about the palette before I get into this look. So let's dive in. So this is the palette, and it says Take Me on Vacation in a beautiful font in gold. And these little dots seem a little bit reflective, and this is how the palette looks like. This is the brush, and it comes with the palette. It's very soft. The other end is kind of rough, and it's a little bit fluffy for a new brush. I don't know, it's probably meant to be like that, but I would have liked it to be a little more like this brush. So I'll give you a comparison. So you will see my thoughts on this brush later on in the video. So now let's get to swatching. I'm gonna go like this. Yeah, it looks pretty light on me, you can barely see it. The thing with PINA COLADA, and I feel like a lot of the mattes, is that it is kind of hard to pack them on. The shimmers, I think they work really well, at least for me, that's how I took them, but the mattes do kind of get patchy, and PINA COLADA is supposed to be a muted yellow, so I was kind of expecting it to be brighter, and that was my mistake because I see it in the pan, like why should I expect it to be brighter? That's how it's gonna be. And that's all I have to say about that one. I am cleaning off my finger between swatches, by the way. It's more bronzy in her peach palette. It looks very light though. Also, by the way, first class it looks very white, but in person it actually is like a very light lavender. It's very subtle, but you can tell it has a purple undertone to it. So this is the whole first row of the palette. So what's on my arm is this entire first row. I'm actually going to swatch the second row on this part of my arm because I feel like it might show up better. That was a good one. It's reflective. But this is the whole bottom row of the Take Me on Vacation, from this color to this color. That is the swatches. So overall, I really think this palette is a very nice palette, and I do enjoy it. They blend like really good. The only problem I have is that sometimes when I pack on the colors, it does get a little patchy, and I do like the shimmers. I feel like they are very pigmented. I only need to grab a little bit. Maybe that's just me, because I have heard that some people have difficulty with the blue, but I sprayed my brush, and if I didn't, maybe it wouldn't have been so easy for me. And so yeah, that's kind of my final thoughts on this palette. I do like the packaging. It's heavier than it looks. Now that we are done with talking about this palette, let's finally get into showing you guys the look. Okay guys, so I just put on a headband so I can get my hair kind of out of my face while I do my eyeshadow, but the rest of my face is done, and I just need to focus on my eyes right now. I have the Take Me on Vacation eyeshadow palette from Kylie Jenner, and I just got this recently. This will be officially my second time using this. This is pretty much how the palette looks like. I've been swatching it a lot, so you can see some shadows that are like kind of abused, but I have not used this brush. When I did the look on it before, I used my own brushes. I wanted to leave this brush new until this video, so I will also be reviewing how this brush works out, and I will be telling you guys how it all goes. And yeah, so my eyelids are already primed, but to further coat my lids, I'm going to put this shade called Sea Breeze all over my eyelids. So far, this packing brush side is pretty smooth, but I think it could be a little scratchy. I don't know if it's because it's new, but I could feel it being just a tiny bit scratchy. Now that my lids are fully primed, I'm just going to dip into this shade called Spray Tan. And I'm just going to put that into my crease while avoiding the lids. The brush is pretty soft. And the shadows blend out nicely. I've already tried them out. I do make sure to tap off the excess with new brushes because I don't know how they're going to pick them up. So all I did was put that into my crease, and I'm going to fan it out because I am going to be doing a cut crease, so I'm going to fan it out a little bit more. So I noticed that with this brush, I feel like I need more control. I don't know if it's because it's new and I'm not used to it, but I'm getting a little bit more closer to get control of the brush more because I feel like this is too far. So now we are going to cut the crease, and I'm going to take my L'Oreal True Match Concealer in the shade Fair Light. And I'm going to take a concealer brush and just carve out my lids, and I will close up so you guys can see exactly what I'm doing. And now before my concealer dries down, I'm going to take this shade again called Sea Breeze, and I'm going to put that over where I put the concealer. And now because my lids are not exactly defined how I want them, I'm going to take this shade called Palm Tree, and I'm going to go above where I cut the crease with that shade and just kind of line above where I put the concealer, and I will zoom in so you guys can see. I am taking the shade Palm Tree on an angled brush. Now oftentimes this line can end up being a bit harsh, so make sure you blend it out. Make sure you don't blend it out where your lid is because we want the lid to be bare for other colors. I'm actually going to take a short blending brush and I'm going to blend out my crease. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is start packing stuff on, and I'm going to use this packing brush that the brush comes with, and I will tell you if it works or not because this is going to be my first time trying to pack a color on. The first shade I'm going to go to is this yellow shade right here, and this shade is called PINA Colada. It's like a pretty chunky brush, so I only want to get the outer corner where the wing is, and make sure you touch it to the tip of where you cut the crease and leave like half of your lid right here bare. So only put it on the outer corner. I am going to use some primer because I do want it to stand out more. This is my NYX First Base Primer. I'm just going to spray my brush with that. I think this color is supposed to be more muted and not as bright, but it didn't hurt to try it out. Okay, so I just put the color on, and it did start to get a little bit patchy on me, but I think if you pack it on enough, it will be fine. And I don't know if it's the brush or not, or the shadow. I think it's probably the brush. Maybe I'm not as skilled into using it because it's a new brush, but it's not that patchy, just a tiny bit. and I think I got the color on there as best as I could. With the different packing brush, I'm going to take this shade called Starfish, and I'm going to put that right next to that yellow, but I'm going to stop it right in the middle of my lid, and I'm not going to go all the way to my inner corner. I'm using my own brush. This is a fluffy packing brush. I got this online. I'm not actually sure where I got it. I got it as a gift, but I really like these brushes. It's packing on the color nicely. I mean, I don't expect the color to be brighter because I know how the color looks in the pan, and I know that it won't be as vibrant because if I spray it, it'll just add the pigment more. I'm going to lightly spray the brush with my NYX primer again. So I'm going to try a different packing brush and maybe it'll work better. This is a more compacted packing brush, so it's not as fluffy. Oh yeah, that seems better. So basically, I suggest if you're going to pack on colors, you don't use a fluffy packing brush like the one it comes with or one like this. I suggest that you use a more compacted one to pack on the colors, because then it won't get all fallouty and it won't like go all over the place. So now I'm going to spray my packing brush and I'm going to dip into this beautiful blue called Island Girl. So this is kind of what I wanted. I wanted the shadows to look kind of like an ombre but still very colorful, and I will zoom you in to see how my lids look so far. Okay, so right now I'm just going to be using my NYX Epic Ink eyeliner and doing some wing liner and connecting the tip of my eyeliner to the end of my cut crease to make it all lined up. Okay, so my eyeliner is a little bit challenged. What's new? So right now I'm just going to be putting on some falsies to make this look a little bit more flawless, and I will be right back in a second. Okay guys, so I have my lashes on, and I actually realized that I never tell you guys what kind of lashes I have on. So this is literally some drugstore lashes. I get these at Target. These are the Salon Perfect Lash Duo, and it comes with two different kinds of pairs of lashes, and this first one is kind of more natural, and the ones I have on are really long and very thin. These ones are more like, oh, some lashes are crossed and they're shorter. And it says Demi Wispies Black in 105. And it comes with this to help you because I need all the help I can get. And it comes with this glue. So I don't like the smell of the glue, but I mean, like, it makes them stick. So for my lower lash line, I'm going to mix the shade Starfish and this shade called Spray Tan, and I'm going to run that across my lower lash line. So now that my eyes are done, I'm going to take off my headband because it's starting to hurt. So now I'm just going to highlight my inner corners on top of that blue to make it stand out more. I'm taking this light shade right here in my Makeup Revolution highlighter in Shimmer Brick Radiant, and I'm going to put that on my inner corner. And since my whole face is done already, all I'm going to do is just pop on some of my favorite liquid lipstick, Huda Beauty, in the shade Bombshell. And this, you guys, is the completed and finished look. Okay, so that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. And I'm excited that I shared one of my very first looks with this palette with you guys. And if you like this video, I have many more and I will be making more in the future, so consider subscribing. Thank you for letting me be your example for this video, so yeah. But I hope you guys try this look out.